Well, that was disappointing. The Mavericks fall to the shorthanded Grizzlies at home to finish off the homestand. We'll break it all down coming up next on the DLLS Mavs postgame show. Welcome to the DLLS Mavs post-game show powered by Game Time and Michelob Ultra. Download the Game Time app and create an account and use code DLLS for $20 off your first purchase. And Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the NBA. Kevin Gray alongside a very disappointed Bobby Carella. We are DLLS Mavs, your favorite guys covering your favorite team, even when they lose at home to the shorthanded Memphis Grizzlies as the Mavericks fall at home 102-96 on the second night of a back-to-back. Klay Thompson leads the Mavericks with 22 points. Santi Aldama leading the way for the Memphis Grizzlies. Bobby's favorite new player, Cam Spencer, goes off for 8 points in the final few minutes.
No, we're actually enemies. I don't even want people to think that I like that guy. He and I do not get along.
No, not at all. As the Mavericks drop to 5-13 now after their first 18 games, finish up what was 13 of their first 18 games at home as they get ready to go on the road now, Bobby, for 13 of their next 19 games, unfortunately, with no momentum.
Yeah, I think, I don't want to get philosophical right off the rip here, but I kind of am. I'm going to. You want to go with me on this journey?
Go for it.
All right, so basically in life, you are only ever pleased or satisfied or upset, angry, disappointed if you have expectations. And coming into the year, fans obviously had very high expectations for this team. They have a lot of very good players on the team. They're very deep. Even without Kyrie, obviously, they have a lot of talent at the wing and in the front court. But, 80 is out. Second night of the back-to-back, Lively's out. He's barely played at all this season. Gafford has not moved like Gafford. P.J. Washington left this game. Who knows when we'll see him again. Dante Exum is out all year. Suffice, and the product on the floor has not been good even, aside from all of those things. So, honestly, I'm not disappointed with the result of this game. I feel bad for the players. I think it would have been good for them to get a win, but I'm just not disappointed by the outcome. And when they win, I am surprised because I don't think that the Mavs are very good right now. They've had moments. I thought in the first half they had some moments where they looked good. But, this goes back to something we were saying before the season started, which is, they're not a very good three-point shooting team, and they don't have a lot of creation. They're going to have a lot of turnovers. They're going to struggle to rebound against really big teams if they're not playing the two big lineups.
Oh my
and
gosh.
So, for the Mavericks, what I said back then was like, you're going to feel at times like the Mavs are by far the better team in the game. And then you're going to look at the scoreboard and be like, how are they down 5? And most nights that's going to be because the other team is making threes and the Mavs aren't. Tonight the Mavs didn't make threes. They were 33%. The Grizzlies were even worse. But the Grizzlies had 29 second chance points. The Mavs went minus 17 on extra chances. If you eliminate that, this is a blowout. But unfortunately, you can't eliminate those things. And so even though maybe the Mavs were the more talented team, maybe they were outworking. The other night I thought that they were out hustling the Pelicans, but the Pelicans were just faster than them. Now, the Mavs ended up winning that game, and it was cool.
By the way, that was just last night.
Oh, that was last night.
Yeah,
oh
that was just last night.
Time is moving.
That's right.
Both fast and slow.
That's right.
I can't really make sense of it.
That's right.
It's really tough to wrap my head around this, man, because I don't really expect much from them. A lot of the concerns we had coming into the season came true. But all I can really think about right now is bad night for Coop. PJ leaves hurt, and it's like when where is the direction? Where is the good thing for us to hold on to from tonight?
A lot of ugly numbers from tonight's game as we start to dive into how the Mavericks lost this game. The number that jumps out to me immediately is the number 20. The Mavericks were a minus 20 in the rebounding department, getting out-rebounded 61-41 by the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. The Mavericks shot under 39% from the field. The Grizzlies were horrendous from the three-point line, shooting under 26% from three. They did out-assist the Mavericks 26-19. Mavericks only had 10 turnovers in tonight's game. Coming into tonight, they were second worst in the NBA, averaging over 17 turnovers per game. So they were actually able to clean up that tonight, but nothing went down from the offensive standpoint. Didn't even clear 100. And by the way, did not even clear a 100 offensive rating in tonight's game as well.
I also have bad news for anyone that watched the pregame show, and I forgot about it until now, but that explains why I feel so empty inside.
Oh?
The Mavs did not win by double digits.
Oh, that's right.
My soul has been sentenced to purgatory.
Oh, yikes.
I will forever wander the dark, cold abyss. Someone needs to drag me out from the ether, but
oh boy,
it's too early in the show to look ahead. I don't know when the next time the Mavs are going to win by double digits is going to be, Kevin. I don't know.
I mean, we'll get into this a little bit later on in the show. They've
done it once this season.
That's right. Was that against the Raptors?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good win, honestly.
Yeah. Now it's looking like a really good win. Against the Raptors. We'll get into it more later on in the show. But as I mentioned a couple of moments ago, the Mavericks played 13 of their first 18 games at the AAC. You finished that stretch with those 13 games at home 4-9. You are about to go on the road for 13 of your next 19 games. And to be quite honest with you, yes, tonight's game was a toss-up. If you looked at the line tonight, the Mavericks were a 1.5 favorite at home. So essentially tonight's was a toss-up in terms of who would win this game and who was favored to win. I don't know, Bobby. I'm genuinely asking, when is the next time this team will be favored to win a game? Because you look at the schedule that's coming up for them, it is about to get real ugly from a strength of schedule standpoint and the quality of opponent that they're going to see. And we still don't know when Anthony Davis is coming back. Obviously, PJ Washington got hurt as well. It doesn't appear that Lively's going to be playing on the second nights of back-to-backs when they have the ability to do so, and he's on a minutes restriction. I genuinely don't know when this team is going to be favored to win another game over the next month and a half.
There's a chance that it's December 22nd at New Orleans or December 27th at the Kings, but you're on the road for those games. Generally, you're going to be favored if you're the home team. They play at the Kings again on the 6th, January 6th, at Utah on the 8th. They come home for the Nets on January 12th. That might be the next time. That's a month and a half from now, man. And depending on what state the team is in by then, they might not even be favored that night. Like, it's getting really serious. You know, we've been talking about the schedule for a while now, and kind of scattered in between some tough games they played a couple weeks ago. There were these games, you know, the Pelicans and you know, the Grizzlies tonight and all that stuff. But they're about to go on a road trip. They play at Miami. Then they fly all the way across the country, play at L.A. Lakers, then at Clippers back-to-back, at Nuggets, then Heat, at Thunder, Rockets, Pistons, at Sixers, at Pelicans, Nuggets back-to-back, at Warriors. That is your schedule for the next month. That takes you up to Christmas Day. Like,
yikes.
Every single game is going to be very, very, very tough for them right now. They've already lost 5 games to teams that aren't in the play-in in either conference this season. There are still teams that have not lost a single game to below 500 teams in the league. The Mavs have lost 5 to teams that aren't even in the top 10 of either conference. Like, it's tough, man. It's really, really tough. And, you know, I don't want to get to end to existential doom. We will talk about the game in the next segment, but like, the number one takeaway from this game is not that the Mavs lost to the Grizzlies. It's that the easy part is over. And at the end of the easy part, the Mavs are 5-12. Like
13.
Oh, is it?
They're 5-13.
Okay, I keep shorting them a game.
Yeah, they're 5-13.
I'm looking at remaining schedule strength right now. Okay, the Mavs have the second toughest remaining strength of schedule in the NBA. The only one that
second toughest.
The only one tougher than them is the Thunder, which is amazing because the Thunder don't have to play themselves. The Thunder have to play a lot of good teams. The Mavs have the second toughest remaining strength of schedule, which means they've had one of the easiest strengths of schedule so far.
Yes.
It is only going to get tougher from here. The season is 20% of the way over now.
The 20th game for the Mavericks will be on Friday when they play the Los Angeles Lakers on the first night of a back-to-back. And, oh, by the way, Kawhi Leonard's on his way back. He'll be back tomorrow for the Clippers when they take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, we'll see what happens by the time you get to later on next week, which game he decides to play, because the Clippers will actually be on back-to-back on Friday and Saturday as well. They play the Grizzlies on Friday night, then the Mavericks on Saturday night. So I imagine Kawhi will pick one of those games and play, and the other one he'll sit out. The other one.
Very serious times, man.
So
it's very dark. Like I'm not trying to be over dramatic.
I'm not trying to be hyperbolic about it
dark.
either. Like it's about to get ugly.
You know, we've just said, like, man, if you can just get a win for Coop, that would be great. You know, and for the guys, because they're playing hard.
They are.
And like that is an attitude and a display of character that I can rally behind as like a fan and as someone that wants the best for the team and all that. I want to see them play hard. And sometimes when you play hard, you will win, not because you're more skilled, but because you're playing harder than the other guys. They're playing hard and they're losing to bad teams. They're barely beating other bad teams. They're about to play a million good teams in a row. And like, I'm very worried about what the record is going to look like a month from now. And I want to wake up from the dream and say, oh, it's not that bad. But like, I don't know where the light is at the end of this tunnel.
Yeah, because we're now getting to the point where, again, it'll be a week tomorrow where the Mavericks had said that, you know, Anthony Davis will be evaluated in 7 to 10 days. We were about to enter that window when he could be reevaluated to determine the next time he gets on the floor. If he could get on the floor, maybe that's as early as this coming week against one of the Los Angeles teams. That could get pushed back further. We just don't know yet because that window is about to be open, and we'll see when we get the next report on Anthony Davis. And, oh, by the way, still awaiting the return of Kyrie Irving if Kyrie Irving returns this season. And I think one of the things, and again, this is big picture because this is my big picture takeaway from tonight's game, is now that the first 18 games are over with, now you start looking at the difficulty of the schedule and where you are, not only with what's coming up, but also what direction are you going to have to pick based off what happens to you over the next month. Because if it gets deeper and deeper into the abyss based off of their win-loss record, there can be some real decisions made about what the rest of the 25-26 season looks like and whether or not you're going to prioritize draft positioning, or if you get to somehow a miraculous point where you're competing for a playoff spot, which right now that does not look like is going to be the case. So decisions are going to have to be made very soon here about the direction of this season and what that could mean for the 26 NBA draft to start to build around Cooper Flagg, given the veterans that you have on this team and what happens when you get to the trade deadline if you decide to move an Anthony Davis or a Klay Thompson, and how much more you move toward the direction of now it's time to build around the 18-year-old and the future of what that looks like. That's coming down the pike here.
Well, that decision has already been made for him, let's be honest.
And no, I think it has, but I'm saying I think it can become crystallized very quickly here over the next 30 days.
Yeah, and, you know, the difficult thing with all of that is the reason they're losing is because their guys are hurt and their guys that are healthy are not playing well. So why would any team feel incentivized to give you a lot of stuff for either your injured guys or your guys who are not playing well? Like, they have to string together. I know that fans want as many ping pong combinations as possible, but you can lose on purpose in February and March and April, and you're going to be fine. Like, you can lose 20 of your final 23 games of the year, have a nice, juicy 15% chance at the top 4 or at the top whatever, and you're going to be good. You do have to put sustained stretches of good play together, like all these guys. You know, Klay, I thought Klay had a pretty good game tonight. He's played well the last couple weeks.
Shot 50% from 3 tonight.
Yeah, like it might be time to start calling teams right now. And just be like, look, this guy's playing well. Do you want him? What you don't want to do is like, okay, I'm trying to move off Gafford, and he just got worked by Zach Edey tonight. He got destroyed by Derek Queen last night. Like, Gaff's had a really rough go this season. I disagree whenever, you know, I'm not saying that Marc Stein is a liar, but like, I don't know why a team would feel the need to give up a lot of stuff for Daniel Gafford right now. He's not playing well. He does not look good. So, like, he's got to play well.
He's basically playing on one foot right now.
Yeah, and, like, that's not going to magically get better, you know? And if you want to trade AD, well, AD's got to play. And, like, by those guys playing and playing well, you're going to win. But, like, you have to live with that because you need to build up these guys' value, right? But, like, if they're hurt and you're getting beat every night by bad teams, and pretty soon you're going to start getting beat badly by good teams, you're not going to get a first-round pick for these guys. You might get cap relief, and like that's not the same. Like if I'm going to lose anyway, I don't want to trade all these guys because I'll just keep them for next year.
Right.
Like I don't want to deal from a position of weakness. So it's no matter what, whether you want to win or whether you want to tank, these results lately are not good. They're not good for anyone.
Mavericks had a chance to get a win streak going. Weren't able to do that. They had a chance to beat a Western Conference opponent for the second time in a row. Weren't able to do that. The Mavericks still do not have a winning homestand. It is mind-blowing to think that you had 13 of your first 18 games at home and you did not have a single winning homestand out of those 13 games.
And they went 5-4-4, right? Like 5 games, 4 games, 4 games?
No, this last one was 3.
No, then they did win it because they went 2-1. Was Portland not this homestand?
No.
Oh, it was Portland, then Minnesota.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
All right, so they went 1-2 here.
That's right.
The last one was 1-3?
That's right.
God.
Yeah, not a single winning homestand.
Well, then I absolutely made a mistake in the description of the pregame show because I thought that this was a 4-game homestand and
No,
they
sir.
beat Portland. But
no, sir.
I just completely removed the Minnesota
That's
game
right.
from my memory.
A lot of us
lives
did.
in a different dimension.
A lot of us
much
did.
like my soul.
Let's take our first break here on the DLLS Mavs postgame show. When we come back, more on tonight's game and how things got ugly for the Mavericks in the late stages of the fourth quarter. All that and more coming up next. Let me talk to you about your dreams. What kind of dreams did you have as a kid growing up? What did you want to be? I wanted to be a professional baseball player. Obviously, that didn't work out for me. Wasn't good enough, wasn't tall enough, wasn't strong enough. But at the same time, I got my dream job when it came to becoming a sports broadcaster. And with Shopify, they can make your dreams come true as well. If you're ready to start a business, what kind of business do you want to start? Shopify can help you do that. Shopify is the e-commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the United States. Shopify even powers our DLLS merch store, store.allcitynetwork.com, where you can get our face-off collection, a fantastic website where you can get all kinds of our fantastic merchandise. Shopify has got you covered with website creation, product descriptions, email, and social media marketing as well. And they also have AI tools designed to help you maximize your sales. So if you're ready to sell, you're ready to Shopify. So turn your business idea into cash with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/allcity. That's shopify.com/allcity.
With over 700 5-star reviews and an average rating of 4.9 stars, Qualys Roofing is one of the most trusted names in roofing across North Texas and Austin. Whether it's your home, your office, your third place, wherever, odds are that thing has a roof, and odds are that roof can get damaged, okay? Whether it's from storms, wind, old age, just wearing out, man, something bad can happen to your roof, and when it does, you need Qualys. You can count on them. There's no pressure, no gimmicks, just honest assessment and quality work, and they will get you set so quickly and so well. Schedule a free roof inspection today, and you can get a free DLS shirt. How about that? And if you replace your roof with Qualys, you can choose between a free Blackstone grill or a Traeger smoker. How about that? So what are you waiting for? Call or go online to schedule your free roof inspection, and don't forget to ask about your free grill. Visit QualisGC.com or just search Qualys Roofing and Construction. That's QUALIS, or call 817-500-9008 and get started today and tell them that DLLS sent you.
R. King says, Ja talking about Klay, bruh. Might have to figure out what's going on there. Because there started to be some fireworks as this game went on between Cooper Flagg, Santi Aldama, who decided to grab Cooper Flagg's leg and trip him. Klay Thompson got into it as well. There was some trash talking at the end of the game. Things are just getting ugly for the Mavericks. Callie with the €199. Thank you. I need therapy. I'm only happy when the Mavs lose. Well, Bobby will join you in that therapy session because, I mean, he's right there too.
Well, I would say the specific outcome of the game made me happy in terms of the differential, but enjoying other people's failure that's a toxic trait, all right?
Oh, wow.
Try and ditch it. Now, if you're happy about what it could mean for the Mavs in April and May for, lottery season, then that's something else. But I think we all could everyone can use therapy. Let's be honest. That's all I'm going to say about it. We all could. And thank you for the super chat.
Therapy is cool. Shout out to our guy, Jeff Kavanaugh. Mavericks fall, man. 102-96 in an ugly display of offensive basketball tonight on both sides. No, let's not get it twisted. It was ugly on both sides. I mean, the offensive display in the first half was putrid. Yes, sir.
So I go see if there's more to it than this, but I did. So apparently during the post-game interview for Cam Spencer, Bobby's favorite,
Hate that guy.
John Morant came up and said, "Tell him who the best shooter in the house was. It wasn't Bro from Golden State."
Hey, yo!
Well, yeah. He was talking about Draymond or something?
Come on, man.
Klay plays for the Mavs. Also, Klay made 6 threes tonight.
Yeah.
Cam Spencer.
Yeah.
All right. Some guy named Cam Spencer made 3.
Hey, don't put too much slander on him because he heard your slander and went crazy in the last 2-3 minutes of the game. He scored 8 of his 17 points in the fourth quarter. As the Mavericks, as we fast forward to what was the turning point in this game, in my mind at least, this game was tied at 89 with 4:23 left in the fourth quarter after a cooperflagg three-pointer. The Mavericks proceeded, gentlemen, to score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points in the final 4 minutes and 23 seconds.
I mean, that's like not that far off what they averaged for the whole game.
You can't win games scoring a grand total of 7 points in the final 4:23 of any game, let alone a professional one. And the Mavericks offensively, all the execution that they were able to have last night, Najee Marshall knocking down a crucial 3 to give them a lead, they were just as bad tonight. And unfortunately, I'm not putting this all on the rookie cooperflagg because, I mean, look.
Yeah, he had a bad game.
He had a bad game, and it was bad tonight. On the second night, and shout out to our producer, Tanner, who gently leaned over to me and said, yeah, I think this cooperflagg thing on the second night of a back-to-back is a thing.
Hey, don't out the group chat.
It wasn't in the group chat.
It was out loud.
It was out loud.
Yeah.
All right, well, don't repeat some of the things I say out loud, please.
You do that on your own.
That's
do that
true.
on your own on the show. But yeah, on the second night of a back-to-back, Cooper, not great. In fact, he had, 5 points and once he got back into the game, but it felt like too little too late at that point.
This season, coming into the game, the Mavs 41% from the field and 29% from 3 in 3 games on the second night of a back-to-back this season. They are actually were 1-2. Now they're 1-3. Tonight, 38% from the floor, 33.3% from 3. Another game shooting below 50% in the lane. And tonight, the Mavs didn't turn the ball over very much, but Memphis didn't really turn it over all that much either.
No, they did not.
And the Mavs, the turnovers that Memphis did commit, there was 13 total turnovers. The Mavs only turned those 13 turnovers into 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like on a night, if you're struggling to shoot jumpers, you're tired, whatever, you have to get out and run and make those, take advantage of those second chances. Oh my God, I have butchered this like the Mavs butchered the fourth quarter. Holy moly, you have to take advantage of those free chances.
That's a great point, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Isn't it easy?
Now it is. Now that you got yourself riled up a little bit. It very much so.
But Coop in particular, this season, 38% from the field, 25% from 3 on the second night of the back-to-back. That is just, it's not very good, man. It's just not very good. He looked exhausted.
Yes,
he looked
did.
beaten up. But,
He
I
did.
mean, everyone is tired. It's the NBA. You just have to push through. And he will get to that point. It might take an offseason, a proper training or whatever. But, yeah, I mean, he's it might be good to just give him a night off at some point. I'm going to keep it real.
Well, I mean, he had the night off on Wednesday when they lost to the Knicks. And unfortunately, they lost.
That's true. Well, it wasn't off. He was puking or something.
He was ill.
Was he at the game?
No, he was not.
And D'Lo
I don't
missed
believe.
this game as well.
Yeah, this is the second straight game that D'Angelo Russell
illness.
missed because of illness. He came into the game questionable after being ruled out yesterday. He missed tonight's game. We know about the struggles with Anthony Davis towards his injuries. By the way, now 13 straight games he has now missed with that left calf strain. The other number that stuck out to me, I mentioned one number in the first segment. The number was 20, as the Mavericks were a minus 20 in the rebounding department. The other number is 17. The Mavericks were a negative 17 in second chance points tonight, getting outscored in that department 29-12. You saw how horrendously the Memphis Grizzlies shot the ball tonight. they were on the Houston Rockets of the 24-25 season offensive plan was throw it up at the rim, let the big dude go get the rebound, and go find Santi Aldama or somebody else to make some things happen to get some second chance points, because that's what it felt like the offense was for Memphis tonight. And they took advantage of the fact that Zach Edey, who had a double-double tonight, 12 points, 15 rebounds for Edey in the game, was at times dominant on the glass by being able to secure defense, or excuse me, second possessions and extra possessions for the Grizzlies tonight.
Yeah, and the game started to turn a little bit in the fourth quarter when Edey was out of the game, and the Grizzlies just had a bunch of small guys in there with Aldama at the 5, and they were playing this. I don't know if you can call it a zone. I mean, because Caleb was on the floor for the Mavs, another rough night for him.
Oh, jeez.
But Aldama was on Martin, and only name. He was not actually guarding him. They were leaving him wide open, and so Aldama was kind of roaming in the paint, just applying extra ball pressure, cutting off ball handlers. And the Mavs had some sequences of pretty good ball movement, and they were scoring, despite kind of the weird defensive arrangement that the Grizzlies were throwing at them. And so they brought Edey back in, and all of a sudden, boom, they go on a run, they win. Edey was plus 13 in this game. The Grizzlies won by 6. So the Mavs outscored them by 7 whenever he wasn't in the game, which, a lot of that was Omax, which I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Talk about what?
Omax did not have a good game.
He was awful.
I don't want to talk about it.
He don't play for the Mavs
I
anymore.
said I don't want to talk about it. But when Edey was in the game, I mean, it's just like the other night, man. When Zion was in the game, the Pelicans were just way better. Now, when he was off, the Mavs went on a run. That's part of the reason they won the game, is because Borrego just inexplicably benched the entire starting lineup in the fourth quarter. Tonight, Edey goes out. The Mavs go on a run, but then Edey comes back in, and it changes because, again, he's just a vacuum cleaner. He's scooping up all these second chances, but also it's not just him. It's John Conchar. He's a great rebounder. Jalen Wells is getting in there. Aldama was getting in there.
Vince Williams had 10 rebounds tonight.
Yeah, and so obviously Gaff is going to lose a lot on one-on-one battles against Edey and against everybody. He's not a very good individual defensive rebounder, but other guys were getting beat. Or maybe other guys saw this mountain of a man in there, so they wanted to help Gaff box him out, so their guy was getting it. Like, they're just not, this team is supposed to be a good rebounding team. Without AD and without Lively, it becomes tougher, but, rebounding is how they were supposed to cheat the margins because they're bad at so many other things. And whenever they're not a good rebounding team, they're going to be an even worse team than they already would be if healthy.
By the way, I forgot to...
If healthy.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
That was...
It was forced.
That was forced. Thank you.
No, it was not forced. I said if healthy in conversation.
You're the arbiter on that. I'm going to let you make that decision.
We'll see.
It's going to be a long season if you keep that attitude up.
By the way, Edey also had 4 blocks in this game as well. The Grizzlies had a total of 5. Edey had 4 of them himself. By the way, not too much slander on Omax. I mean, he helped in the rebound department. He had 7 boards himself. The leading rebounder for the Mavericks tonight.
Well, the Mavs missed 56 shots.
Yeah, they did. They were abysmal.
Someone's got to get them.
That's true. 2 guys had 8. PJ Washington had 8 rebounds. Daniel Gafford also had 8 rebounds. Those are your leading rebounder guys for tonight's game. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little concerned. PJ Washington had to leave in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He was holding the left side of his lower back, hip, maybe oblique area, around that area. So hoping for the best for PJ as far as that's concerned, because that did not look good. He tried to gut it out and stay in there, but eventually had to leave the game with that injury and did not return to tonight's game. So we will see what that looks like for PJ Washington moving forward, because the Mavericks are about to hit the road and hit the road quite a bit. They will be in Miami starting on Monday before they have a few days off before they travel to Los Angeles to take on the Lakers in their final NBA Cup game. And then the Clippers, both of those games on a back-to-back.
Coop's first Miami trip, huh?
It will be Coop's first Miami trip.
I wonder who will play on Monday.
You got thoughts?
Last time they went to Miami is when everyone got the Jimmy Butler flu or whatever.
Yeah.
Najee got that.
in Miami.
Yeah. Oh,
we'll see.
That was crazy. Yeah, the Miami for reasons.
I mean, the Warriors were just in Miami. They sat everyone.
You see what Jimmy Butler had to say about he's getting after his teammates a little bit, saying the fact that the Warriors defense wasn't the thing around here, he doesn't know what's going on. It's like, Jimmy, you haven't paid attention. Defense was actually really good for the Warriors in their heyday.
Yeah, and Jimmy is like famously locked in during the regular season, so he can definitely talk. He can definitely talk.
This is when we need Kevin doing this. Jimmy freaking Butler.
Oh, shout out to Kevin Harlan. We love a good Kevin. Let's take our next break here on the DLLS Mavs post-game show. When we come back, our DLLS Mavs beat writer Ron Harrod Jr. going to be joining us from the AAC. All that more coming up next. But first, if you look good, you feel good. And if you feel good, you want to show it off to everyone that you know and love. And that's where Branded Bills comes in. Whether you need snapbacks, truckers, fitteds, beanies, or tees, Branded Bills has you covered with performance and style. If you're looking for some gear to help your brand stand apart from the crowd, Branded Bills has you covered with the best custom headwear and apparel in the game today. And you can start your order, and their dedicated team will help you create the exact custom apparel that you need and love. They also have a partnership with 40 colleges as a part of their campus collection, including TCU, Texas Tech, and Texas got a big win today. Arch went off today. My man had a passing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and a rushing touchdown for Arch today. So if you're looking for some good holiday gifts for your favorite college football fan in your life, Branded Bills has you covered. So make sure you head to brandedbills.com and use code BBDLLS for 15% off your first order. Again, that's BBDLLS for 15% off your first order with Branded Bills premium headwear and apparel today.
Have you ever wanted to be a major league player? See your name on the back of your jersey? Share the dugout with some all-time greats? Well, we have good news for you. The Texas Rangers Fantasy Camp presented by National Car Rental is your opportunity to live out these dreams. Taking place January 7th through the 11th at the Rangers Spring Training Facility in Surprise, Arizona. Rangers Fantasy Camp is the dream experience for any diehard Rangers fan. Across 5 unforgettable days, campers will be treated like a big leaguer. Custom Rangers uniform, professional grade equipment, access to full clubhouse amenities, post-game happy hours, the whole 9 yards. And the best part, you'll enjoy hands-on guidance and encouragement from some of the best players to ever don a Rangers jersey, including Hall of Famers Pudge Rodriguez and Fergie Jenkins, with more alumni announcements on the way.
Will Adolis be there?
It's too soon, Kevin. Too soon. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity you won't want to miss. Spots are limited and going fast. Secure yours today at rangers.com/fantasycamp. Again, that is rangers.com/fantasycamp.
Please like the video while you're here as well on our DLLS Mavs post-game show, and download our podcast wherever you get your podcasts for free. Just search DLLS Mavs, give it a 5-star rating, and write a review for it while you're there. The reviews are always good when it comes to our DLLS Mavs beat writer, Ron Harrod Jr. He knows sports, and he is at the American Airlines Center under the heavenly glow of his location.
Yeah, what is happening there?
I have absolutely no idea. Hopefully it's not the
Are you looking for my soul? Because if you are, you're looking in the wrong place for that, buddy. All right, you got to go somewhere a little dark.
He's looking for it in the bowels of the AAC right now.
Yeah, I mean,
don't worry, that got Cato every now and then too.
Yeah, I had to run into a back room, everybody, to give out some details, I guess, about the mood. I guess, I mean, one, just with the Jason Kidd quote. I mean, he took complete, I guess, blame, I guess, for the Klay Thompson shot live. I mean, I'm pretty sure the Mavs fans were just as stunned by me that they took a 29-foot three that was heavily guarded. It's kind of their last true attempt to like tie or take the lead in the game. So Jason Kidd said he has to draw up a better play, has to find a better play. He says that's at least allegedly the look that they wanted. Then we got Brandon Williams was one of the players that came to the podium. I mean, it's his birthday. He turned 26 today, but he didn't look too happy for it to be his birthday, even with all of his family seemingly there in the media room. I mean, he said he didn't see the Santi Aldama, tripping of Cooper Flagg. He said he didn't see that play. And he talked about some of the other parts of the game and said, they were trying to get the energy up. But he said he thought the game was overall just chippy, but not like the chippiest game he's ever played or anything.
All right, we need to hold Ron accountable. Soccer calls it out in the chat correctly. Ron jinxed all of Dallas tonight.
Oh no!
You, Ron No Sports, said Mavs by 10 at least. You got to defend yourself.
I didn't say by 10. I never said Mavs by 10. I said yes. I did say that. I said the Dallas that they could and should win by 10, but I did hedge, so I would not be picking Dallas Mavericks for the rest of 2025, and I'm holding on to that. Maybe in 2026 when your boy is 26, then I'll be moving on into a new tune. But until then, I'll be just watching and seeing if things improve. But right now, I'm pretty sure that you all have talked about it. The Mavs have not won back-to-back games this season. And in this game, which was, by the way, their 14th clutch game. I think I wrote that we're 4-10
4 and
now.
10. 4 and 10.
Not good. Not good. They're not winning clutch games. Essentially, they're like, say, hey, 18-year-old, win us the game in the clutch. That's how NBA teams win games, which we all understand is just not true. I don't care who the 18-year-old is. It could be LeBron James. It's going to be very, very difficult for an 18-year-old to carry an NBA team going against 30-plus-year-olds in the clutch.
And y'all thought I was crazy and I was losing my damn mind when that one night when Cooper had to go get it. Like,
yeah, I did think that you were crazy because their two best closers are out, so someone else has to do it.
Correct. Your two best players are out, and one of them's perpetually injured.
I don't know. Coop's pretty good in the fourth quarter.
No, he's great in the fourth quarter. I'm
involved.
happy with that. He's great in the clutch. Like, it's been awesome to see. I just didn't think he would have to be in a position where he'd have to be great in the fourth quarter a lot.
Better him than Klay, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
I mean, the shot that he took was bad, but, like, it's just tough in those situations because they can foul, so you're trying to, like, I don't know. We saw it the other night against the Pelicans. Was it Murphy, I think? Mm-hmm. The other night. 24 hours ago.
Less than 24 hours ago.
Trey took that deep three really quick. It was kind of a broken play too, but the Pelicans were down 3, and the meta play in the NBA right now is to foul whenever you're up 3. Mm-hmm. So you kind of have to take the look where you can get it, because if there's too much dallying, or both, they can just grab you, and all of a sudden you're shooting 2. So yeah. I don't know. It's I see both sides there.
Ron, go ahead.
I was gonna say speaking of Klay Thompson, I mean, Chippy. I mean, tonight he was arguing with Santi Aldama, allegedly, according to the Memphis Grizzlies broadcast. They said he's not an enforcer. They say, Klay, this is not Klay Thompson's role. They really came for Klay when he kind of was talking to Santi Aldama at midcourt, which, by the way, to me, he didn't even do that much from watching it live. I haven't watched the replay of what Klay exactly did, but live, it just seemed like he just walked up to Aldama and just was like, hey, watch out. That happened, but Klay Thompson, it was interesting to see kind of him take on a different role tonight.
And Ryan, who did he get tangled up with? That he go on to get in the double technical with?
Vince Williams.
Vince Williams.
Yeah.
He used to get into it all the time with Lincoln too. Vince will talk.
Who
Vince
talk to
Vince talk back.
Yeah, for sure. And then after the game, did you have a good vantage on what happened after the game between him and John Morant, and what the John was between the two of them?
Oh, I actually missed that, but I forgot that reminds me about PJ Washington. PJ Washington did not play, I think, for some of the fourth quarter. Jason Kidd said he got hit in the back. Didn't give a status on like the Monday game, but something to watch as the Mavs just can't afford another injury. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone knows that just as much as me. I don't want to beat a dead horse. I think that's the term, right? Be a dead horse or whatever.
That's right.
But yeah, so if PJ Washington has to miss that game, and it just adds more and more to players' plays. I mean, we got how many? We got 11 Caleb Martin minutes, 12 Jaden Hardy minutes. We might end up seeing a game where Jaden Hardy plays 20 minutes if PJ Washington and D'Lo and all these players can't go.
Don't you put that evil on me. Don't do that. Caleb Martin was horrendous tonight. Like, I
just feel bad. I mean, it sucks, man. Like,
yeah, I'm not. I didn't say it to like pile on the guy. I was just stating a fact. Like, he was horrendous.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
there's guys that every time they shoot, you think it's going in. He is not.
He has never taken a shot where I thought, yeah, that sucker's about to go in.
Layups, but if he's outside of 5 feet, it's
just not.
It's just tough, man. And that's obviously in his head. Like, it is so clearly
I agree with
in his head, and that just sucks, man.
Because Caleb Martin at one point could shoot the basketball in Miami. So I'm not really sure what's happened over the last 2 years of his career, but I think this actually is a Yips-esque situation, because I have to look up his percentages, but I can for sure he was shooting the ball in Miami. He was playing in playoff games.
The funniest thing about the Caleb Martin thing is that it's a continuation of what the former GM and how he decided to build his basketball and the ethos in which he did it with. Like, he built a team based off, he thought he had a team built to win a championship based off of a half of basketball. And then as part of the building of that team to get to that half of basketball against Houston last year, he traded for a dude that had on a magical run that one time in the Eastern Conference Final against Boston and hasn't been the same player since then. Haven't been the same player at all since then. And now we wonder why things look the way that they do. Other observations from you tonight, or what else Jason Kidd had to say as far as the end of tonight?
Well, one, I just had to look up Caleb Barton's percentages just to make sure I wasn't tripping. But even last year, in 31 games for the Philadelphia 76ers, he played 30 minutes in those 31 games. That's a starter, essentially, or at least a six-man. He shot 37.9% from three. Now, he only took 2.8 attempts a game, but even in 2.8 attempts, he was still making 37.9% from three. Again, in Miami, he was making 35% from three on 3.6 attempts. So, like, legit, like, you have to start feeling bad for the guy because he's just completely lost it. I mean, every time he shoots the ball, the crowd is, like, making noises. And, like, it's just like you're at home and the crowd is even kind of, like, feeling bad or nervous when you, like, essentially touch the ball. He's just in a tough spot. But lastly on the team, I mean, Cooper Flagg did struggle from the field this game. Just kind of felt like he kind of, I mean, he can't really regress at 18, but, from his previous couple of good performances in a row, seemed like kind of like, on the offensive end, not his strongest performance. And lastly, just the Zach Edey versus Daniel Gafford. I mean, it looked like it was legit like big brother, little brother, kind of this way it looked on the court. I mean, Zach Edey's listed at 7'3" and 3/4 everybody. He's one of the biggest players in the NBA. He's probably the biggest based on height and weight combo in the league, with Wemby clearly being taller, but the weight is clearly not there. He was just, I mean, absolutely dominant. He only played 26 minutes, and all 26 minutes just felt like the Grizzlies were dominating. He was a plus 13. Very Steven Adams-esque from Zach Edey tonight.
Yeah, he played well. 15 rebounds, was a plus in the game, affected the game on both ends of the floor, had 4 block shots in this game as well. So Zach Edey did his job in the middle for the Memphis Grizzlies. In the last few minutes that we have you here, let's go big picture because we have discussed it plenty on the show so far. The schedule is about to get very rough, very difficult, and they're going to be doing a lot of this work on the road starting on Monday. Where are you in terms of what the next month could potentially begin to look like for this squad?
Well, I mean, I do have good news, Mavs fans. It can't get worse than this.
Yes.
Like, I legit
let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there.
I don't think it can't be worse. It can't be worse than this.
It can absolutely get worse than this.
Absolutely. I don't think so.
How
many points would they have to lose to, like, the Thunder whenever they play the Thunder here in a couple weeks? How many points would they have to lose to the Thunder by to make it worse than losing at home to the Grizzlies, at home to the Wizards, at home to the Pelicans, at the Grizzlies where they were up 35 in the first half or down 35, whatever your perspective is? Like, I think the Thunder would have to beat the Mavs by 70 to make it worse.
It's not even about the amount of points that they would lose by to these teams. It's about you could be on a 9, 10, maybe 11 game losing streak. That is the bottom of
At
the
least
bottom.
that gets the people talking.
Okay.
It's provocative.
Okay. I mean, sure. All good press.
Sure.
I mean, all press can be, bad or negative, I guess. It's just good, I guess. But to me, it absolutely can get a lot uglier coming up here.
Well, a lot is too
ugly.
far. Yeah, I don't know if a lot. I mean, it can maybe get 5 to 10% uglier versus it's a lot. They could get a lot. I mean, I wouldn't predict it, but they have room to get a lot better. I don't think it will happen, but there's way more room to go up than down. Down is like maybe 10% down. Like, sure, they could lose more games, yeah, but even the games they've won this year, could have gone either way. And a lot of the games they've lost could have gone either way. Again, we've talked about the 14 clutch games. So, I mean, maybe those clutch games flip in the opposite favor. We saw that last night. We didn't see that tonight, clearly. But if some players, come back, I'm pretty sure Marc Stein might give maybe an AD update. He's supposed to get reevaluated. His 7 to 10 day window is coming up for reevaluation. That is coming up. There's other players around the league that do have calf injuries that their timelines have been extended. So that's not a positive outlook for, Mavericks fans, sadly, to, kind of see the Ty Jeromes and players of the world get those longer calf strain, recovery windows. But if he comes back over, some of these stretches, they maybe get some wins. So, I mean, again, I think it's not that far to go down, and they have a lot more to go up if possible, like just in generality. So I guess we'll see what happens, man. Because right now it's at a pretty dark point.
Yeah, unfortunately, the hinging of the getting better part is hanging on by an Anthony Davis calf strain thread.
Oof.
So, yeah. Ron, we appreciate your time as always, sir. Enjoy the day off tomorrow. And we'll see you on Monday when the Mavericks get ready to take on the Miami Heat.
Yes, sir. I'll be at the Saints game tomorrow, everybody. Catch me in the Superdome.
Oh, wow. Oh, safe travels to New Orleans. Safe travels. Have a good time.
Bye, Ron.
When we come back, we finish up our DLLS Mavs postgame show as we are joined by our national NBA insider, Marc Stein, to get his thoughts and perspective on tonight's game and more. All that coming up next.
First, hey, become a diehard. Just do it. Don't ask questions. And you can do it by scanning that QR code. But okay, I hear the questions already. What is a diehard? How do I become a diehard? Well, I answered the first one. You just scan the QR code. What is a diehard? It's a member of our community. It's someone that has pledged financial support to what we're doing here at DLLS Sports, but it's also someone whose closet is bigger and better, whose brain is bigger and better, whose social network is bigger and better, whose time spent on the internet is bigger and better, and who has something that's bigger and better in their wallet. How about that? You get a free shirt when you sign up of your choice. We got 50 or so to choose from. We're always rolling out new ones, like, for example, the Face-Off collection. Look at those. That is inspired by, of course, the Dallas Stars, or this Paige Becker's inspired Rookie of the Year shirt. WNBA lottery, by the way, tomorrow. 5:30 Central.
Let's go.
Erica Day and I will be live right after that to discuss the Wings' plans with the number 1 overall pick whenever they obviously win the
you
lottery.
Saw the script already?
I already saw the script, yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, they included me. I was in the pre-show meeting, so.
All with Fam or Easy Fun?
I think I'm a fan, but I wouldn't complain about it either.
Okay.
I wouldn't complain about it.
Okay.
You also get to read our entire website, alldlls.com, a great site. Written coverage from Ron on the Mavs, Jeff Wilson on the Rangers, Sam and Sean on the Stars, and Clarence and Ali on the Cowboys. You also get to join the Discord. Great place to hang out with fellow diehards. Get a physical diehard card. It is fantastic. And so many more. Discounted merch, discounted events, and all that stuff. If you can't throw us some bones right now, or if you're already diehard and you just want something even more, well, hey, go to alldls.com, scroll all the way to the bottom, sign up for our free newsletter Monday through Friday. Ali Jawad has you covered in your inbox at 8:30 a.m. with all the latest goings on in DFW sports.
Appreciate all of you joining us here. If you're just joining us, the Mavericks fall 102-96 to the Memphis Grizzlies, dropping to 4-9 in their first 13 games at home overall. 5-13 after the first 18 games of the season. It gets more and more disgusting every time I say it. Let's bring in our national NBA insider. You can always dial up the Stein line at the Stein line. He is, of course, dapper Marc Stein. Mark, how are we?
Hi, gents. I'm fine, I guess. How are you holding up? Bobby, how are you holding up?
I'm doing all right. Just sucks, man. They're not very good. They're just not very good. They're not a very good team.
What was the offensive rating tonight? I'm afraid to ask.
It was another sub 100. It was 98.9.
Have you counted up how many times they were sub 100 in this 5-13 start?
Hold, please.
Thank you.
Sorry, it was actually 103.2 according to NBA.com. See, every site has it different. This is they've had 4 games below 100 and 2 more at exactly 100. So And they are firmly in 30th place in the league in offensive rating, which is also not good.
I think what's starting to set in for me, as well as for a lot of folks in the chat tonight, after 18 games, you've lost 13 of them. You're now about to go on the road for 13 of your next 19 games against really, really good teams. And the feeling, at least that's washing over me at the moment, it's about to get ugly. It's about to get real ugly. We don't know when Anthony Davis is coming back. PJ Washington left tonight's game with an injury. It appears that Derek Lively is not playing on the second nights of back-to-backs while he continues to be on a minute restriction. Daniel Gafford's out there on one leg basically every single night at this point. Who the hell knows when and if Kyrie Irving is coming back at some point. Yeah, it feels like it's about to get ugly and real fast here.
And honestly, Monday night, tonight the Mavs looked very tired to me. This looked like a very tired team on the second night of a back-to-back. And Monday night, you are going to Miami and playing a team that plays at breakneck speed with complete reckless abandon. There's no plays. The ball's just flying around. And Monday could be very, very, very difficult for all of us to digest in real time.
Are they going to get Tyler Hero back for that game?
I do not know. I genuinely don't know. I'm Hero. The last time he was on the court about a week ago and made it sound like he needs possibly another week or two. But I mean, the way things are going, I mean, honestly, they play at such a pace and with such speed on offense that it might not matter. A new guy might slow them down.
I mean, this was their 5th game in 7 days, and they're very banged up. I mean, I'm not jumping on the excuse train or whatever, but I mean, yeah, they're exhausted. But that's the thing; the games are not slowing down anytime soon, and they're about to jump on planes. They're going to go to Miami, and then they're going to get on a plane and go all the way to LA. You want to talk about time zone difference and also emotional
coming back first, obviously for the first break. Really, they'll get a break or two, a day or two, a day. I mean, they'll come, they'll go to Miami tomorrow, play the game Monday, fly right back, get a couple days at home. But then, they're on the road Friday, Saturday, back-to-back in LA. And, the schedule has been so favorable early. And, we were talking about this in Vegas before we knew the depths of how bad it could get. But, I mean, they're going to be feeling the effects of this rough start for the rest of the season. In some ways, like I always joke that, and it's not really true, but I say it for dramatic purposes, that the longest stretch of Mavericks basketball that I remember in all my time covering this team, the 12 games that Dennis Rodman was on the roster, because for the beat writer, that was like around the clock, alarm bells. What is Dennis going to do next? But that's really more facetious. I mean, these 13 of 18 at home, and as rough as the offense was, like you said, 5 games in 7 days, and it looked every bit of it. What did Klay say that everybody's going nuts about? I'm seeing notifications on my phone, but obviously can't read it, and obviously wasn't in the locker room. What did Klay say that's got everybody up in arms?
Oh, I guess we're about to find out here in a second. I'm not sure. I have not seen this either. So.
He said, "I'll compete with you all day on the basketball court, but don't be dirty."
That's it.
That's it.
Ooh, okay. Klay on Ja. Quote, "He's a funny guy. He has a lot to say all the time, especially for a guy who rarely takes accountability."
Oh, wow. Okay.
Kirk's serious face aptly described that as the most dad thing he's ever said.
that does feel real dad, big brother-ish
That's funny.
type of thing. Yeah, I mean, things got chippy as the game went on. Post game, him and Ja.
The Grizzlies and the Warriors had a long history before Klay became a Maverick.
That is very true. It's very true. It's a great point. This is the second time the Pelicans, good gracious, the Grizzlies have beaten the Mavericks this season, and the Mavericks have not beaten good teams. They haven't beaten bad teams. Where are you?
That win over Toronto looks better by the day, though.
It does.
It does.
The Raptors are rolling.
We got
the Mavs. How many did they score that night? Like 130 something?
Like
139.
Yeah.
They have not come close since.
That win looks like a 10 out of 10 right now.
They also gave up $129 that night as well, didn't they?
Yeah, doesn't matter. They won by double digits.
They won by double digits. That's right.
When will be the next time that they do that?
So where are you, big picture, with this team, and we're about to hit the 7 to 10 day window for Anthony Davis to be reevaluated here as the Mavericks get ready to play Miami on Monday, then the Lakers on Friday, and the Clippers on.
Well, look, there's been nothing official said about AD. Obviously, you go to Miami for a 1-game trip, you come back. They're going to have to leave, I assume, on Thanksgiving. I would assume they'll have spend most of your Thanksgiving at home, but they're going to, they have to travel Thursday for a Friday game in LA, Friday, Saturday, back to back. So they're not even going to get all of Thanksgiving at home, but they will at least there is a Tuesday, Wednesday window that would allow for a reevaluation. Tomorrow is 1 week, but there's been no guarantee that's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen before the Miami game. Again, they really got to, there's a very good chance Monday night on South Beach is not going to be a very fun experience.
Got another Klay quote, Mark.
Read it.
Klay Thompson spoke on Ja Morant's final comments following the game. Quote, "Nothing of intelligent depth, just running his mouth. He's been running his mouth a long time. It's funny you run your mouth when you're on the bench. It's kind of been the whole story of his career so far." Whew.
Oh, boy.
Woo-hoo. All this is coming from our Abby Jones @_Abigail on the Bird.
I mean, Klay, yes, is correct.
Klay doesn't get in any of these kind of things, though.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just real weird.
Mark, what's the deal? Like, is Klay just like, is this a symptom of Klay's misery, or what's happening?
Yeah, like, what's going on here?
No, I mean, look, I'm not in there in the locker room, so I don't have a chance to ask him direct, but I'm just, assuming or extrapolating. I'm hypothesizing. Let's say I'm hypothesizing, because that's the best I can do. But again, the Warriors and Grizz had a lot of history. Those teams did not like each other. So there were many, many, many battles before Klay ever became a Maverick. But I mean, you guys saw the whole thing with Williams. I mean, it was a chippy game. I mean, the Grizzlies have gone through it too here early, although, man, the Grizzlies this week, without Ja, beat Sacramento by 41 and now come in here and deal the Mavericks another blow. But you already mentioned it too. Washington is 1-1 against the Mavs. New Orleans, I guess the Mavs got their split now with New Orleans. I mean, it's just like, yes, what is around the corner when they start playing really good teams?
A lot of pain around the corner. Lanner won with the $5 super chat. This is for you, Mark. Mark, how much power do you think Cuban will have this time next year? I fear he will be, again, figurehead and have way too much power. This is all his fault.
I don't see it. He's a consultant, but I really don't think he's going to have a dramatic amount of power. That's my read where we are right now. And again, it's still very early, but they really haven't begun a search. We talked about this a little bit earlier in the week. I think my read is that after listening to one person for a long time, Patrick wants more voices. He wants input from various places, but the decision has to rest with him now. And he's kind of set it up this way because, he inserted himself in the whole AD coming back thing, which is really the first time that Patrick's put himself in a game day basketball matter since he's owned the team. And that's something else too. Don't forget this, file this away. Basically, Thanksgiving and the trip to LA, that's the 2-year anniversary of Patrick Dumont and Miriam Adelson becoming this team's owners and Patrick becoming the operating owner. It happened November 28th, November 29th, right in there in 23. So that's the way you celebrate. The 2-year anniversary is going to be commemorated against Luka Doncic on the Lakers floor. Put that in your calendar. Put that in your calendar.
Let's just do it real quick. The conversation will continue on alldlls.com as we head into overtime here on the podcast. Really appreciate our television audience joining us here on our DLLS Mavs post-game shows. We finished up here with our national media insider, Marc Stein. And I had this came to mind as you were discussing that. Is Patrick Dumont going to be the one that makes the call in tandem with the medical team when it comes to Anthony Davis's return? Because
yes, he's waiting, as I understand it, he is waiting for the medical team to say AD is ready. So what's interesting there is obviously a lot of star players have their own medical team and AD falls into that category. So the word was that AD's own medical team, they thought he was ready. They thought he could play. They participated. We know Nico wanted him to play, but it was also AD's own medical team saying, yes, he can go. It was the Mavs medical team that was saying, no, he needs more time. And Patrick basically stepped in and said, we're going to do this based on the timetable that the Mavs medical team establishes. So that's what they're waiting for.
And has he been working out in the last few days as well, to your knowledge?
Not anything in public view. I mean, he was on the bench tonight, as was Kyrie Irving. But, that's easier to track when they're on the road because those workouts, they happen in another team's gym and they happen before the game and they happen in, we saw it some of the road games. We saw it in Mexico City. Here, that stuff's not always done in public view.
Okay. Anything else before we let you go?
Bobby, you've been awfully quiet amid my coughing that will not stop. Why are you so quiet?
I was talking with a loud.
Bad news. We have an intruder.
This guy just drink a glass of water.
What's up?
What's up, Damaris?
Steinline in the house.
Brian Damaris wants to be on this show so bad.
Hey, I didn't get any email nuggets today. Where are my Saturday nuggets?
Oh
Okay.
wow.
Oh wow.
Damaris, I don't
Goodbye.
think you want to be on the show on a night like tonight.
Where's my intel?
Security.
I think you should be happy to not be on the show tonight.
Yeah, should we go overtime? Should I bring him in and he can do a segment?
We're
already in overtime right now.
No.
We're in overtime.
We're about to go. We appreciate the time. Look forward to your weekend news.
Bobby, you've been awfully quiet. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm doing okay. I said off the top of the show that basically, in so many words, expectations are the thief of joy. I didn't have high expectations for this team coming into the season, but my expectations were even mine were higher than what we've seen. My expectations have now been completely shifted, and can't feel bad about it anymore. No, I think I expect them to lose every night.
Yeah, and the point I made earlier, was that, the next 30 days, at least to me, could crystallize the direction that this team needs to go in.
The direction is not crystallized for you yet?
I'm saying
that's exactly what I said.
Yes. I'm saying formally
The roster is dictating the direction.
I'm talking about trading Anthony Davis, potentially Klay Thompson. I'm talking about moving pieces to start getting this going now versus, hey, let's continue to play it out to see where we are then and where we are, no, it feels like this is the moment over the next 30 days where things will be decided. Okay, now we need to go in this direction, and we're going to start making moves to make that happen.
We're going to get into this. We'll get into this much more this week when we do all these shows and we're all together with these road games, and we can actually do more than a segment. But like, it has to be you have to remember, not every Maverick on the roster is going to have a market. Just because the Mavs might want to move player A, B, or C doesn't guarantee that they're going to have markets for all these guys. I mean, that's another issue here. Sure. So, last thing before I let you guys go, what's the mood in chat? How's everybody hanging in there?
It's not too bad.
It's been okay.
Do we have 350 people watching us right now?
Yeah, still there's 350 psychotic little basketball sickos in here.
You guys are awesome. Awesome.
Trade scenarios. Some folks ready to bottom out. Some folks are like giving up on the idea whenever AD
crash out, like the kids say.
No crash outs.
No crash outs.
I would say crash outs came earlier in the season. I think we're past the point of crashing out now. Although next Friday there might be more crash outs.
Check on me after the Miami game.
Mavs radio analyst Brian Damaris just shouted out 6'7". I think he was trying to be clever there.
Oh no.
6'7".
Oh no.
Hey, Mark, producer Tanner here. Just FYI, I just did 2 tankathon spins. It only took 2 for me to get number 1 pick.
Let's go, Tanner.
That's what we need.
But we got to stop this though. Like hitting the butt. Like one spin is all. Yeah. Like one spin per show.
We did 1 spin a day last year, and look how it ended up.
But the first spin I did, the Mavs moved down 2 spots, so I didn't like it.
So we had to do it again.
Yeah, so
that evil is now in the world.
Wasn't it the last show that the Mavs were like 2, and then Kevin did it again or something?
Yeah.
I think the Mavs won it 2 days in a row or something. Or they got
spin,
top 4
one spin per show.
Fine.
That's the rule.
Okay.
We got to be official.
Dad has spoken.
Okay,
he has. Mark.
Sorry.
Thank
Sorry,
you so
guys.
much.
Bye, guys. Monday night. We'll all be together. Monday night. Everyone in chat, come back Monday night.
That's right. It'll be earlier than this.
It will be.
It's going to be nice.
It will be.
Much earlier.
All right, kids. All right. Be good. Hang in there.
Bye, Mark.
We'll see you Monday. That'll do it for us here on the DLLS Mavs post-game show. Thank you to all of you for joining us here on our program. We will be back on Monday. Tip-off in Miami will be at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, which means our pregame show will begin at 6 p.m. right here on DLLS Sports. So make sure you tune in on Monday for our pregame show. Again, 6 p.m. right here on DLLS Sports. A full crew in the building. Myself, Bobby Krilla, our DLLS Mavs beat writer Harrod Jr., and our national NBA insider Marc Stein will all be here for our post-game show afterwards. Mavericks fall 102-96 to the Memphis Grizzlies. They dropped to 5-13 on the season and 4-9 at home as they now get ready to play 13 of 19 away from the American Airlines Center. Appreciate our guy Tanner making us look good and sound good as always. Thank you, sir. Thank you to Marc Stein and Harrod Jr. for joining us from the
Good God
American Airlines Center.
I know you heard that, and it was none of our butts. All right, that was a vehicle.
Please mark that. Thank you. That is our DLLS Mavericks analyst, Bobby Krill. I'm your host, Kevin Gray. Thank you to all of you. You guys are awesome, Trey. All of you all are awesome for hanging out with us here on our post-game show. We will talk to you Monday at 6 p.m. right here on DLLS Sports. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Go Cowboys. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.